one of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. So when I think of this personality type, what stands out to me the most is that they're very free-spirited, popular, friendly, open, likable, and they have this sort of childlike quality to them. It's kind of hard to put in words. I think of it kind of like this. Now, what do you notice about this? It's a glass of water, right? And you can see right through it, can't you? That's how I think of the ENFP. The reason why I think of an ENFP kind of like that clear glass of water and being able to see straight through them is that's how they present. And that part of them is very difficult to emulate unless you are the ENFP. It's like they're very clear on who they are. They have this way of presenting themselves that's very clear, very transparent, very open, very honest. They're probably the most open type that you'll ever find. And that's what's so cool about them. They make you feel like they're your friend. They make you feel like you've been received right away. They have this way of engaging with you that makes you feel you are special. I think a lot of people would probably wish they could be as open and honest with who they are and how they present themselves to the world the way that an ENFP can. In fact, sometimes when I'm making my videos, I'm thinking, that would be so cool if I could be like an ENFP and you could just see straight through me. But I don't know how to do that in the way they can. It's like they're not afraid to express exactly how they feel, who they are. They can show you their mistakes in a way that you don't judge them for it because it's so honest. It's so real. It's so who they are. And it's really their feeling side that you're meeting. They introvert it. It's like it puts you up close and personal to them right away. I remember meeting an ENFP once that some other people knew, and the way they described her was, she's everybody's friend. They're not secretive. I think ENFPs are very easy to describe. I heard people describe ENFPs as shallow, and I think that's totally unfair. I don't see them as shallow at all. They're highly intelligent, smart people. In fact, they're great at deductive reasoning and coming up to some amazing conclusions when they're putting some things together or they're working on something. So they're very bright and very intelligent, and I think using the word shallow reduces them to someone that they're absolutely not at all. They sort of put you at ease. They kind of want to know some things about you. So they might start kind of asking you different questions about yourself because they're curious. As far as having like a deep conversation with them or feeling like you're having an intensely deep conversation with them, kind of like you would the INFJ, you're not going to find that quality with that type. It doesn't mean that you can't have a good conversation about some intense topics. It's not that, but generally they're not going to go deep into the psyche with you. It feels a little bit more lighter, a little bit more surfacey. So let's talk about some famous ENFPs. Meg Ryan, Jennifer Lopez, Mario Lopez, Rachel Ray is an ENFP. Also Jeannie, who's on The Real. Aisha Tyler is an ENFP who's on the top currently. So ENFPs kind of have this playful, fun, engaging side to themselves. They're the kind of people that wear their heart on their sleeve. When I think of which type is the most flirty, definitely hands down ENFP. Sorry, they win. They are natural flirts. I don't know, they have this way of giving you this smile and just kind of drawing you in. It's sort of a natural fun gift that they have. I think they love very easily. They like harmony. They can make people feel very cared about. They love thinking of new ideas. That really, really gets them going. They could be midway through one idea, think of another idea and another idea and another idea and another idea and another idea, and they can play with all those ideas and just have a ball with them. They get excited about the newness of anything that they can create and come up with. They like interactive learning, and their minds are usually wandering all over the place. In fact, sometimes if you watch an ENFP, it's like sometimes their attention spans can be very short. So you can almost see, it's almost like you can, like a screen changes. Like if you're watching their face or they're talking to you about something, maybe they you can see them kind of flick on to something else. It's kind of interesting to watch. They're very charismatic. They can think quickly on their feet. I think in any crazy situation, they could just jump right in there, figure the situation out, and make things okay again, because they're very spontaneous in that way. They have ideas that they just want to make happen. And they're always on the search for exciting things, one exciting thing after the other. Let's talk about their extroverted intuition, which can sometimes make them talk a lot faster than what they can keep up with in their heads. Like maybe the ideas are flowing so fast and they're just tossing them out. These people are great at finding meaning in their own life. However, one of the things that many ENFPs have told me or have said that they have difficulty with is completing things, because they're starting so many things and coming up with so many ideas, because the fun is getting to the idea and getting it going and getting into it. But then once they've started it, it's like, oh, but I have another idea that I want to work on instead, because I've already played with that. So you have to push through the boring parts of a project. And I know that's not always fun. ENFPs sometimes don't like the routines of cleaning up and that is just boring. I mean, just boring routines they don't like. They're good talkers. So instead of saying, oh, I messed up, they can come up with excuses and good reasons for why they abandoned that project over there, why they didn't finish whatever it was, instead of just owning up to it and saying, okay, I got bored, I don't want to finish that. I think if you could see some of the things that you quit midway to the end, I think you would be so surprised at what you came up with, because I think you have a brilliant mind when it comes to dreaming up ideas and coming up with the coolest stuff in the world. They're open-minded, they're flexible, and they have a broad range of abilities and interests, which is so cool. But one of the things about them is that they extrovert their intuition. And the best way that I can explain that to you is it's kind of like the ESFP. The ESFP is a sensor, and so many times they'll tell you what they're noticing, like, what is that? Oh, look at that dress is ugly, or oh, look at that painting, all those designs. They're gonna sort of verbalize it to you. The intuition is not what you see or you hear, but it's what's in their imagination. What are the possibilities? They're going to verbalize their ideas, their thoughts, their interests very easily. Sometimes this can make them be very blunt, because they're just speaking sort of without censoring it, or thinking it through first so they could blurt out something that maybe they regret later. Because usually they're very happy-go-lucky, they're very warm and just engaging and draw you in and hey, you know, what's up, and just fun. They sort of get in this mode, and I don't know if it's sort of this negative space that they sort of creep into, and maybe they're not as used to being in that negative space, so they don't know quite how to deal with it. But it's like something will click one day, and I don't know if they've been holding in some things, but they just sort of go after somebody. They go into confrontation mode. They might confront someone, and so it can kind of come across as very jarring, sort of like, whoosh, like, okay, where did that come from? A little shocking, or I'm not gonna do that, or this is what I'm not gonna do, and it's sort of like, okay, you know, let's talk about it, or because you feel for people, you might come into the middle of a situation that has nothing to do with you because either A, someone has been telling you what somebody's done to them, or you observe some things or whatever. But if you have a cool relationship with someone, it's probably best to let the two people who have this situation happening for them, let them figure it out. Because when you come in, you know, there's always two sides to a story. And I don't know about you, but when you hear one side, it sounds one way. Then you hear the second side, it changes everything. So when you sort of come into the middle of a situation because you feel angry or you feel for somebody, know that you're probably missing pertinent information. So you might want to be careful about jumping to conclusions, and maybe kind of be careful about that. One thing about ENFPs is that they are very dependable. If they're your friend, they're your friend. If you ever need them to help you, they're going to do their best to step in and help you. If you were to think of an ENFP as spidey, or you're not really there for me, I think that would make them feel very sad, because that's so far from the truth. They want to be there for you and support you and help you however they can. They really do care deeply about people. And also too, I've seen some of the biggest animal advocates also in ENFPs as well. Like, they sort of understand, have a I think they can have a deep connection with animals and really know how they're feeling and want them to be taken care of very, very well. Something that's kind of fun or interesting about an ENFP is sometimes maybe they feel like they can't find things, that they're always looking for things that they've lost. So to sum up an ENFP, they are warm and enthusiastic, they're very energetic, they're very motivating, and they want to get the best out of their lives. They see the world as endless possibilities. They see meaning in everything that they do. They're very warm and engaging. Their personal relationships are very important to them. If they were in a relationship with somebody and they had all of their ideas stifled, or they felt like they couldn't be creative anymore, or they couldn't explore, I think that would really frustrate them, or might be a source of irritation not to be able to keep exploring. And the great thing about an ENFP is that they can sort of meet you on your level, and they can engage with you, and they're very good at relating to people. So I hope you enjoyed my video on the ENFP. They are fun people. So please give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe so you can stay with all of the new videos that I put out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.